Hello, welcome. This is the 6 yard box. You're welcome. This is the Footy Mad podcast. This is episode series 3. Are we series 3? Yeah, I think we're series 3. Series 3, episode 1. This is the new one from the latest season, the latest Premier League season. And if you're new to the channel, you're welcome. This is the Footy Mad podcast. I need a drink. I need a drink. I'm not alcoholic, but it's only juice. It's only juice. Orange juice. That's what it is. Anyway, let's dive straight into it, man. Yeah, today in the podcast, today is going to be all about the internationals. I'm going to give you a lowdown on the what do you call it? On the Osimhen deal, Osimhen transfer that was all over the papers for a couple of days before the end of the transfer window. He's got his move now. He's gone to Galatasaray, but I'm just gonna delve into it a little bit more, just get to the bottom because there's a lot of stuff being written all over the press, especially in the English press. And I'm gonna look into a reporter from Arise News in Nigeria that actually spoke to Victor after the deal and got a little bit of insight into what really happened. And I'm going to be looking at the video of the reporter talking about this deal. It's been in the press over here that he asked for a lot of money and he was being selfish. And you have to hear from the other side of the coin in terms of the player himself when he had a chat with this reporter in Nigeria on the Arise News, and he was talking about the deal and everything, how everything panned out, and we're going to go into that on the podcast today, and also we're going to be talking about the internationals as well. International week, a round of games being played both in the National League, European National League, and in the African qualifiers as well. Nigeria playing on Saturday, England playing as well. We're going to be looking at both games. Although I didn't watch the games, but I'm just going to be looking at the games in terms of, just looking at what it means for both England and Nigeria. Also on the podcast today, we're going to be looking at all the other results in internationals as well. We're going to be looking at the Premier League so far after 3 games. How the teams are shaping up, and also finally we're going to be looking at the North London Derby, which is one of the biggest games of the next round of the qualifier of the league when it kicks off over the weekend. And also we're going to be looking at the next round of international games as well. I think Nigeria is playing against Rwanda as well. And that's going to be the agenda for today. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share. This is the Mad podcast, and let's just put some stuff on the screen, to be honest, because we need to put some stuff on the screen. Let's just put some stuff on the screen. Let's put some stuff on the screen. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share. We don't have no experts on the show. We're all we're all just learning on the job. So this is not like CNN or Sky Sports or anything like that. So this is the 6 yard box where we talk about football and we breathe and live football. Thank you to all my subscribers. We got about 100 subscribers, 100 and something, going to 200 now. And I really appreciate every single one. We're going to have more content coming as well on the channel. So, let's get straight into it. The Footy Mad podcast. Okay, so let's go into it. I'm gonna play some of this what do you call it? I'll play some of this video VT, as they say in showbiz. gonna play some of this VT, and then we're gonna come and talk about it uh, in terms of what it means to the Victor Osimhen deal, in terms of what in terms of what it means, and in terms of what it means, and trying to get to the bottom of it as well. I think Obimi, Michael Obi spoke about it in one of his podcasts as well. He had a little chat about it, but he didn't go into details. Uh, and and I understand the reason why, but it's good to hear the other side of the coin. You know, everybody was labeling him uh, greedy. Napoli played their part as well because they didn't. Obviously, they didn't want him to leave, and it's a shame where players play at certain club, and the relationships are all just goes out of the window once that player wants to leave. And I think players know what they are worth. I will never ever criticize a player for wanting uh, uh, wanting certain of demanding for certain amount of money, because the career is short, as you know. For players, football career, they need to provide for their family, and we just have to understand that players, the career is very short. They got to make the best of it. They got to provide for their family during their footballing career, and also after the footballing career. So I'm never going to be, against a player demanding for what is due, what he thinks is due, is worth really. So you have to know your worth. Not only in football, in life in general, you got to know your worth. It's left for the other person, the other party, to pay what they think you're worth. If you can't, you can. You have it. You have the right to walk away, or you have the right to stay. So um, that's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. I look at it like it is everybody's right to want to demand a lot of money. So I'm not gonna accuse any player for demanding lots of money. So yeah. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're just gonna get into this. This is the Footy Man podcast, and this is just looking back on the Premier League and that Osimhen deal. I'm gonna play a video very soon. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. On the show today, we're gonna be looking at the North London Derby as well in the Premier League. Coming up this weekend. Fortunately, I'm not going to be able to watch it because I'm going to be at an event, and I'm not happy, to be honest. I am pissed off. But yeah, let's get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share. Make sure make sure you subscribe, like, share, and yeah, let's get straight into it as we go. Let's get straight to it as I go. I'm gonna play that VT very soon, and you can listen to this reporter. This is a reporter in Nigeria that was talking about the deal, everything that went on. If we did deal with Osimhen, and how everything panned out. So just take a listen, and I'm gonna play the VT now and listen to what this reporter said about. I'm not sure if you could listen. Can I even share this? I think I can actually. Share this. Can I share this? Let's see if we can share this. Again. I can't really see, man, to be honest. Let's see if I can minimize this, and then Let's see if I can move it on to. I'll move it down here. Yeah, let's move it down here where I can see. So, let's see if we can share this on. Basically, we can listen to this. What this reporter is about to say about the Osimhen deal. Okay, so let's share. Let's share. Let's share. Let's share. Let's share. Let's share. Okay, let's share. So let's listen to this VT and listen to what this reporter has to say about the Victor Osimhen deal.
I mean, pointed that out to me, but because I didn't get the permission to probably record it, and he hadn't landed in Nigeria, so we couldn't actually do this. But I actually summarized all that had actually happened with Victor Osimhen. Of course, before then, Galatasaray did a video to actually welcome Victor Osimhen. It's going to be earning about £113,000. We think it actually help us with that particular video there for Victor Osimhen. But if that's not possible, let's quickly press it further. There were a lot of things that were said, and he tried to correct all the lies and the claim that he was heavily betrayed and things that were bordering on slavery, because there's been talks about slavery in football, and it's unfortunate this was happening. Let's actually get straight into it, starting off with the first graphics there that just actually encapsulated it. And this goes back to 2022, because Victor Osimhen actually had a great 2022-2023, and if we were to start it off from that particular point, certainly looking at it, he said that Al Hilal actually came in 2022, not even 2024, and they offered 75 million. Napoli said no, that 500 million pounds on nothing. That scared them away. In 2023, PSG came, according to Victor Osimhen.
So you can see from that is the pattern of what's been going on with Napoli and Victor Osimhen, because he's wanted to leave, Al Hilal offered a lot of money, which was 75 million. And you can see the pattern. Napoli turned that down, and so you can see what the pattern is, how the pattern is going between the player and the club. And yeah, let's just continue listening to the VT.
And they said that they offered 150, and SSC Napoli turned it down. In 2023, they had a gentleman agreement between SSC Napoli, the club, Laurentiis, the president, and Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen will get the release clause 130 million, but that means that after 1 year he will go. So he was meant to get transferred from the club this year, but the club did everything humanly possible to actually keep him in the club and tie him down to the club. And he said things are not so well with me. Of course, PSG also came for the second time, more than 10 million they put on the table. SSC Napoli still insisted and refused to bite the cherry. If we were to press further than that, of course, in that particular conversation, he still went on to talk about the fact that
do you have a child in secondary school? From just £5 an hour, we can help them get to the top of their class.
His mental health was heavily impacted after the whole coconut issue, the thing on TikTok and the rest of them. He said there was no going back afterwards, and things were happening within the club ranks that he could not speak about. And of course, when Antonio Conte came in, Antonio Conte pleaded with him that he should stay, and he told the coach, "I love you out of love."
So you see that conversation what's been going on there, that he's been trying to leave, according to this reporter. He had a conversation with the Osimhen been trying to leave after the issue with the what do you call it, the racial abuse thing that went on there. And one point there that was highlighted, which according to the press, because I remember I read it somewhere where they said Antonio Conte said he does not want Osimhen in the team, and that was not the case, because Osimhen said he had a chat with Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte wanted him to stay, but Osimhen said he told the manager that he wanted to leave. So that's not what's in the press, especially over here, in the UK or in the Western, I don't know, in Europe. That's not what's put out there. Basically, in the press, was in the press that Conte didn't want him. Conte wanted him to go and train with the kids or whatever. But that's not what really happened. Osimhen had a conversation with Conte, telling Conte that, I want to leave because this is the reason why I wanted to leave. And he's won the title there as well. So if he wants to leave, he has a right to leave. And that's what was going on. Let's continue listening to the conversation.
Love to play with you, but things have deteriorated so bad that I cannot stay at the club. But the club went out to put out a statement that Antonio Conte did not want Victor Osimhen in the club. Of course, Antonio Conte yesterday night released a statement to that particular effect, just trying everything humanly possible to probably suppress Victor Osimhen. Of course, his denial, his defiance and refusal to play for Napoli and sign a new contract meant that he was frozen out of the squad. And they also claimed that Chelsea came in, and Chelsea and the owners that are hedge fund mavericks, so to speak, tried to swoop in and act like sharks, like they do in the US, which and just the typical hedge fund thinking, and they were trying to capitalize on this. They were already bidding for Victor Osimhen, talking with SSC Napoli without talking to Victor Osimhen.
So you see there, so that's another thing that the reporter was mentioning when he had the conversation with Victor Osimhen. He was saying that during the transfer saga that was going on, transfer dealings that was going on, Chelsea came in, and he was saying Chelsea didn't speak to Victor Osimhen, that the hedge funds came in. But according to according to Mikel Obi, he said he was involved in that kind of conversation. So, there seems to be a little bit of a, I don't know, because if Mikel was involved, then Osimhen should have known, or maybe Mikel came in later. But according to what Mikel was saying, that he was involved in trying to broker the deal between Chelsea and Victor Osimhen. But if you're trying to sign a player and the player is not involved, then it is going to be a little bit difficult for you to be able to get that deal. For you to be able to just come in and not let the player know. And I know the transfers normally happen between players, the club getting in touch with the player's agent, and then the agent will speak to the player, and then it goes on from there. So yeah, if Chelsea wanted to come in and just act like the big club and wanted to broker a deal without speaking to Victor Osimhen, then that's like a wrong move for you, wrong way to go about it.
As far back as the 1st of August, according to Victor Osimhen, they were to press it further, and they were trying to do so much with Victor Osimhen without even including him. Then Victor Osimhen had the PIF come back again with Al Ahly this time around, saying that they were going to buy Victor Osimhen for an agreed fee, and they were going to pay him £30 million per annum. Personal terms were agreed for his daughter to get a school there, get a mansion, and every other thing in between. And SSC Napoli on the 29th found a way to scot that particular deal by moving the goalpost and insisting they wanted more and more. And they said they wanted 5 million more. Victor Osimhen called the club and said, I said, no problem. If they want 5 million, I will give them from my 30 million to just make this move happen. And Napoli said no, they wanted the sell-on clause, they wanted more bonuses, they wanted this.
So you can see what was happening there. You can see what was happening there according to what this reporter was saying when he had a conversation with Victor Osimhen. Was saying, Osimhen offered to pay 5 million from his own, fee, proposed salary to meet Napoli's demand, because Napoli trying to frustrate the Saudi club. So actually, when the club came in from Saudi, they contacted him, negotiated 30 million salary, and personal terms were agreed. But Napoli still were moving the goalposts. And I don't understand why this happens to players. And the players played for the club. He's done everything he can. He's won the Scudetto, and he wanted to leave. And it's a problem. It's a problem. I think, I don't understand why clubs do that. And if it was the other way around, when club want to get rid of you, they will do it. They will do everything humanly possible just to move you along and push you out of the club. So, it's really surprising to see. But I think I'm not sure whether, I think there's been history there with Napoli in terms of players leaving. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to put that out there. So I don't want anybody to come out and be suing me. So I'm, I'm not sure. So yeah, let's get back to this conversation.
At the end of Scotland, that particular deal, of course, Al went on to buy Ivan Toney, and that was unfortunate. Then Chelsea, trying to become predators here, found out that Victor Osimhen might become desperate, and they decided that they were going to do something very, very funny. They offered him about 130 million. 30 minutes after that particular deal with Al went off, they offered him £30,000 a week gross. And Osimhen said, no, that's 43% goes to the British government. 20% goes to the NIS, I beg your pardon, which is compulsory. And you see take £20,000 of that 130 for image rights. How is that possible? What is now left in the salary? If you take out 43%, you take out 20% from another, and I take out £20,000 from deal 130. And it was unfortunate he said he wasn't going to bite. And they were holding off, waiting, and trying to press him through Napoli to ensure that Victor Osimhen gets desperate and takes this particular.
And you see that, so you see and that was not reported in the press here. In the press in the UK, it was reported that he was asking for £500,000 a week, which was, according to this now, it's a lie. It was not asking for. They offered him £130 million a week, and Chelsea tried to try to force him into getting that deal, and claimed that he wanted 300 grand a week. And he was saying, from that money that you're offering him 130 a week, it was never going to be enough in terms of the money that's going to be paid to the taxman and all the kind of monies that he has to pay out of those wages. So, if Chelsea trying to come in, if you want a player, you go and play what the player wants. If you can't play what you can meet halfway, you can agree, or you can walk away. So don't put out false narrative about a player, and you're trying to, basically trying to put into people's minds and trying to say that the player was greedy. And this was not reported around the time, and maybe people are getting to wind of it now. But this was not reported around that time. It was very reported that he wanted a lot of money. And if he wanted a lot of money, he could have just gone to Saudi Arabia because they offered him a good deal. But Napoli had other ideas.
Offer. And Osimhen said, if this is what Napoli wants to reduce me to, I'm going to call their bluff, and I ain't going to move. I'm going to be on their wage, stay for 3 months, and let's see how that one goes. And on and on and on. And Chelsea went out, and according to them, they put out a statement that he wanted 500,000. And according to Mikel Obi, who was helping engineer that particular deal, nothing like that was actually put out there. It's unfortunate all that has happened. All they tried to do was grind a man to a club where he said he wasn't part of anymore. He didn't want to play for anymore, and he didn't even want to have anything to do with them. He didn't want to touch the club with a 10-foot pole. But he's
okay, then didn't want to touch the club with a 10-foot pole. So yeah, I think that's what happens. I don't know how that happens so many times. Man, players want to leave. I think it's the same as case. He wanted to leave, and why don't you just come to a compromise and let the guy get what he wants? Don't push him to a club that he don't want to go. I remember it happened to Tottenham one year when we sold Berbatov. I think Manchester United, Tottenham chairman agreed a deal with Man City. I think he agreed deals with both clubs. I'm not even sure. I think he agreed deal with City, and then Berbatov went to Manchester and went to sign for Manchester United. So, and I think Daniel Levy had to compromise on his deal or something crazy like that. So yeah, it's one of those it's one of those stuff that it gets really nasty. It's like people get really, really nasty about these deals, and they put out a lot of wrong accusations against the player in most cases. And this has just shed a lot of light on this transfer, about him asking for a lot of money. And yeah, it was a case of Napoli being really, really nasty about the move. So yeah, let's hear the rest of the conversation.
Insisted, I said, you must stay and do as we want, which is unfortunate. Ladies, I've listened passionately to Aaron, and the only thing.
So that's another thing. That's another thing that happens with these transfers, whereby clubs players are treated as they are treated as what do you call it? They are treated as players are treated as like what do you call it? They're treated like, I'm not gonna say slaves because that's a bit of a strong word, but they're treated like we are gonna tell you what to do and you're gonna do it. You gotta go where we want you to go. But at the end of the day, you got a relationship with this player. It's done you a lot of good. It's got a lot of goals for you. You want this Scudetto. That has to count for something. It has to be in a very. You have to do the deals in a way whereby everybody is happy at the end of the day. So you can't just spoil that kind of relationship. It's been at the club for 4 years and 5 years, and you can't spoil that relationship because he wants to leave. So I think it's just good to get the proper, get the proper story, at least get the truth out there. From this reporter in Nigeria, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but at least he's gone to Galatasaray right now. He's going to be there for 3 months. He's playing for Nigeria, so he's got to go for Nigeria on Saturday, and yeah, a case of just wishing him all the best in his new move if he decides to go to Chelsea or wherever he goes. This is the Footy Mad podcast. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share, all that beautiful stuff. Now we have, what do you have to do now? Let's go down the agenda for today. That is the Victor Osimhen Transfer Saga, the truth as we know it. International week. So far, this weekend, there's been some games played. Let's start from the, what do you call it? Let's start from the African Nations Cup qualifiers. And there might be some games being played tonight as well, today as well. And let's get straight into it. Let me put my charger in before this goes off. Just before it goes off, because it might go off any minute now. Where is So, okay. So let's get into the, what do you call it? Let's get into the results of the African Nations Cup qualifiers. What's wrong with this one? Put it in. Yeah, I think I'm having problems with my, yeah, he's there now. Okay, so let's just get that. Okay, let's go into the African Nations Cup qualifiers as the as the computer decides not to show anything anymore. I don't know. There's some games being played today. Angola and Sudan as well are playing in the African Nations Cup. Let's just get straight into it as we speak. So let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it as we speak. So, if the channel, subscribe, like, share. Let's see what's happening in the African Nations Cup qualifiers. I gotta know. Let's see. Where's all the results? I don't want to see the results there. It was a tough game for Nigeria. In the first half, they find it really, really difficult to break down this. They found it difficult to break down this. Found it difficult to break down the what do you call it, side, to break down the Benin side. The coach was the former Nigerian coach, Kenneth Raw. It was a very, very tough game. Nigeria eventually got the goals. First goal from Ademola Lookman, beautiful goal. It was like he ran through the defense and finished really well. And that set Nigeria off in the game. A goal up. And then the second goal was a beauty from Victor Osimhen. Came off the bench to grab that goal. Beautiful volley from him. And then Nigeria got the third goal through Ademola Lookman. He's turning into a goal scorer now. He scored a double or hat-trick in the Europa League final as well for his club Atlanta. And he's turning into a really, really good player, banging goals left, right, and center. Nigeria winning by 3-0. Nigeria play Rwanda tomorrow, 2 o'clock kickoff tomorrow in Group D. Let's check all the other games that's being played in the what do you call it, in the African Cup of Nations. Libya won, Rwanda won. That one was played as well. It was 1-1, and that one was played. That one was played Wednesday. That was last week Wednesday. That's crazy, man. Nigeria playing tomorrow, like I said. All the other games. Let's check the other game. The games are just too many games, man. There's just too many games. There's too many games that's been played over this weekend. Just trying to get the results of the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Let's go back and check Nations League. Montenegro, Wales leading Montenegro by 2-0. That's in the Nations League as well. There's just loads of football. So let's go back to the African Nations Cup. That's what we're doing first. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share. This is the FOOTY podcast, episode 1, the first one of the season. First one of the season, and then matches. Yeah, so matches playing already full time from matches played yesterday, matches played over the weekend, from Friday the 6th, from Thursday. They've started playing from Thursday as well. let's go on to from Wednesday, Sudan, the fourth from Wednesday, Sudan, Niger, they played 1-1. Sudan, Niger played 1-1 in that one. And yeah, Ghana losing 1 goal to Angola. That one, Ghana played really well, but they considered the goal. I think they considered the goal in the 90th minute to lose a goal to nil. Also, we got Egypt, Cape Verde. Egypt beating Cape Verde by 2 goals to nil. Togo, Liberia ended 1-1. South Africa, Uganda ended 2-2. DR Congo, Guinea ended 1 goal to the DR. Kenya, Zimbabwe, goalless. Tunisia, Madagascar. Tunisia winning by a goal to nil. Senegal, Burkina Faso played 1-1. That was on Friday. These games are over this weekend. Last weekend just gone. And midweek up until Wednesday, I think. Egypt beating Cape Verde 3 goals to nil. Mali and Mozambique playing 1-1. Morocco winning 4 goals to 1 against Gabon. And then you have Cote d'Ivoire, Zambia 2-0 to the African champions, Cote d'Ivoire. Mauritania, Botswana ending 1 goal to the Mauritanian team. Also, Cameroon beating Cameroon beating defeating Namibia by a goal to nil in the African Nations Cup. Nigeria beating Benin, we talked about that earlier. Then we have game 2, which has been played yesterday. Gambia losing to Tunisia by 2-1. Burundi losing to Senegal by a goal to nil. Equatorial Guinea 2-2 against Togo. Madagascar 1, Comoros 1. Niger, Ghana 1-1 today. So Ghana played their second game today after losing 1-0 to Angola. They've got 1 point from 2 games. Uganda, Congo 2-0. Angola and Sudan are playing right now. It is goalless. Ethiopia, DR Congo, halftime as well. That one is goalless as well. Lesotho, Morocco, goalless after halftime. Tomorrow, Nigeria taking on Rwanda at 2 p.m. Tomorrow, South Sudan, South Africa. That one is at 2 p.m. as well. Eswatini, I think, is the smallest country in Africa, I think, playing Mali. That's at 2 o'clock. Botswana, Egypt, that's at 2 o'clock. Mozambique, Guinea-Bissau, 2 o'clock. Gabon in Central African Republic. That's a kickoff at 2 o'clock as well. To name some of the games, Liberia and Algeria, Zambia, Sierra Leone, Burkina Faso, Malawi, Chad and Ivory Coast. Those are the games to be played tomorrow in the African Nations Cup. So those are the games to be played. Let's go on in the African zone of the Nations Cup. Let's go on to the games played already in the UEFA National League and the UEFA Nations League. That one is being played. Right now, France are beating Belgium by a goal to nil halftime. France losing their last game against Italy 3-1. Israel 1, Israel 0, Italy 1. Cyprus, Kosovo leading by 4-0. Romania and Lithuania, that one is 1-1. To name some of the results. Also playing right now, because all these games are being played now. Norway, Australia 1-1. Romania, Lithuania 1-1 as well. Slovenia beating Kazakhstan by 2-0. Montenegro losing 2 goals to Wales. That one is halftime. And Turkey and Iceland, it is 1-1. Latvia, Faroe, that's tomorrow. Macedonia, Armenia, that's tomorrow as well. England playing what do you call it, playing Finland tomorrow as well. England winning their last game 2-0 against the Republic. Jack Grealish getting one of the goals. He used to play for the Republic as well. At on one of the underage games, underage teams. So those are all the games over this week, over this international week. We got the Premier League back over the weekend, so that will segue nicely to the North London derby. Just looking ahead to that, and yeah, this game coming up this weekend, Tottenham can't afford to lose this game. For me, as a Tottenham fan, this is the game. We won one, lost one, and draw one. Now 3 games so far. Arsenal coming into this game, they've won 2 games and they've drawn 1 game. Have they won 2 games? Yeah, they won 2 games, they drawn 1. So coming into this game, form goes out the window. For me, I think Tottenham have to do something special in this game to win. Arsenal are missing players. Declan Rice is missing for them. Yeah, I think they might have a couple of injuries as well. Tottenham, I don't know how the players come back from the international week. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens for this fixture. And it's all about who is in the better frame of mind, who has the lesser injuries, who's going to win this game. If you have more fresher players, you have a better chance of winning. Tottenham can't afford to lose this game. And yeah, really looking forward to the North London derby. And yeah, it's all that story about Tottenham, about the manager not knowing what he's doing. And as a Tottenham fan, I'm just going to say to the fans, just let the manager manage. Let him do what he thinks is right. Like I said, it's a process. And it's going to be interesting to see how Tottenham approach this game. I think Tottenham have to play their game. The battle is going to be won in midfield. With Arsenal playing, what's his name? Playing Jorginho in midfield. He's slower but very good on the ball, technical. Tottenham can press him, nick the ball. I think Maddison will be looking forward to that one for him to put the press on and get the ball off. I think we can do that. Tottenham can do that. They can win this game. And Sonny always scores against Arsenal as well. So it's going to be a very good game. Fortunately, I'm going to miss it, which I'm not really happy about. But, I'm not gonna be able to watch it live, but I'll be keeping an eye on the game. So that is it. Really, time has flown by. This is the Footy Mad podcast, the first of the season season 3, episode 1. Looking to do a couple more this season. Definitely more than we've done in the past. Look out for the commentary box after every game on Sundays after the weekend's fixture, where there's a phone in. And then look out for all the previews, looking at the games over the weekend as Premier League is back. Fortunately, I'm not going to be able to do any internationals, but I'm going to be talking just match reactions to the Nigeria game. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch that somewhere. So, thank you for watching. This is the Footy Mad podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stay safe. God bless. It was supposed to be about 30 minutes. That's what we say. That's the plan, but I think we ran out of time. And yeah, make sure you stay safe. God bless. And I'll see you next time on another episode of the Footy Mad podcast. Thank you. Stay safe and God bless.